Pulanhi now belongs to Pulanmi. Bus takes 2 strain. And let's see what's going on at Bilbringi.
Tactical battle.
There's a guy looking off to the left. I don't know who that is.
Bilbringi the pain.
No, I've already used that in video titles.
Uh,
Hold on. Wait. Okay, I know what to do now.
Ready for duty.
Choose your reinforcements.
Yeah, we're gonna use our armored free runners to great effect in this battle. Yes, this is Phoenix Rising.
the best part is that they should technically be open top for the first iteration.
We're moving out.
Who would do that for a military vehicle?
Roger that. Enemy unit
Star
sighted.
Wars.
Open fire.
Let's move out.
Whose decision was this?
Moving to coordinates.
Kodiak arms and armor, I guess.
Let's go. On my way.
Reinforcements cancelled.
Heading out. Command received.
Right away. Maximum unit capacity.
Weapons ready.
If I can just take out a few of these little guys.
Form up. Transfer all power.
By these little guys, I mean Golem 3, or that's a Golem 2.
Attack that
But,
target.
you know, who is this? This is Imperial Star Destroyer. This is Theol Drost. Okay,
Acknowledged.
He's a ground combat leader.
Destroyer here.
well, he's going to be grounded in that his corpse is going to be exploded. Yeah,
Orders. Yes, Commander.
take that.
Your quips are just...
I am with you.
Yep.
Copy. I copy. Reporting. Beware of traps.
And I guess I should have said this like an hour ago, but if you would like to download the mod, there's going to be a link to the Steam Workshop copy in the description on the YouTube video. There isn't one on Twitch because
Confirmed.
there's no description,
Fire at will.
but it'll be a thing.
I mean, also, it's on the front page of the Empire at War
That is true.
Steam entry right now, which is nice.
I copy.
Getting me a solid, like, 300, 400 subs a day, which I can't complain about.
I've got a lock. Your orders? Weapons charged.
That's the power of the front page right there.
Destroyer reporting.
I wish I had
That was such-
a Lancer.
Up there was such an illustrious company as the Republic at War 1 credit 1 second add-on.
Truly a masterpiece of the modding arts.
Reporting in.
Yep. I mean, I can only imagine what that's like with Republic at War AI.
And
Must
remember,
be.
if you want to see more 1 credit 1 second mods, give that guy some donations so he can change 3 values and complain that it's hard.
Enemies in range.
Commander.
Destroyer reporting in.
And then the other one is the Trek Wars Revival pre-alpha, which I'm sure is fine. If you like Star Trek versus Star Wars.
I think the regular updates definitely helps keep things top of mind for people, which I should also add that if you do try PR, it is always updated with fancy fixes and fun facts. I was just trying to think of another word with F. There's no fun facts.
It's okay.
Attacking.
Beware of traps.
So, for example, literally just 2 days ago, I patched with a non-random start for the largest campaign. I made a couple of fixes, made it so the AI will actually attack
Await
golems with decent amounts of forces,
target.
and fixed some minor bugs. So yeah, you can have a look at the change notes and see that I patch pretty much weekly at this point still, despite technically having released. I was like, oh, I'll stop patching as often. That didn't happen.
I'm always afraid of messing with saves, and then we tend to add like new factions, which means a lot of new content has to be done at once, so we can't do the regular things. But I do want to work on getting a GitHub for like a GitHub system set up that will allow us to patch while still developing new stuff without jumping through a bunch of hoops.
Yeah, I basically have some old saves that I keep around from previous versions, so that I can basically just test if the save loads, and if the save loads, I'm happy, the patch is save compatible, I move on. If it doesn't, that's when I'd probably delay releasing the patch for a extended period and put a warning up saying that a save conflicting patch would be coming. Surprisingly, I was kind of surprised. I've been doing a reasonable amount of AI changes recently, and they haven't actually been breaking saves, and I was expecting them to.
I think
So
it's
I'm
usually
pretty
just
happy
that the new AI stuff doesn't get
Oh yeah, it just won't
used,
apply.
But
Yeah.
Ready for action.
Fire at will. Reporting in.
Which I personally like. That's not a huge
Yeah.
deal. Like,
they're gonna have that anyway, so
Engage.
yeah. I think most players would rather their old saves work
yeah.
in general.
Engage. Waiting orders.
Just every time you patch, upload it as a new workshop item. Obviously.
God.
Moving out.
Go for the cluster bomb technique. I guess
It's like
it's more
we need to
carpet
have
bombing.
Got them on scope.
we need to have ICW 2.1 version uploaded on the
Beware of
workshop.
traps.
I exploded
Choose your
something.
reinforcements.
Not good.
Oh my, you actually lost a unit.
Yeah, I'm only at 414 out of 400 PopCap now.
Bombers reporting in.
You know, the funniest part is this is with fighter spawns reduced. I reduced fighter spawns, I think, since you last played. I basically
I copy.
made it so that ships have fighter spawns proportional to their class and the number of hangars they have.
Weapons ready.
So they only have fighters up to a certain amount, and then the rest will trickle in over time as to replenish losses. So it's still not as as insane as it could be. But it looks like the Empire is out fightering you right now.
Standing by.
A little bit. Mine are more hanging back and
Reporting in.
having fun. It's also these Lancers.
Acknowledged.
They're not helping me.
Yeah, they tend to be pretty effective at the whole killing fighters thing.
Well, the ISD-2 is very close to death still.
Destroyer reporting.
Commander.
I've lost
Goodbye, Mr. Drost.
Looks like
And you just have,
Drost
like,
has
another,
been
what?
lost.
And there are 2 Golans and 3 Golans in the space colony. No biggie.
There's another ISD inching its way around here, though. Trying to catch me off guard.
Ready.
Cunning plan.
Reporting. Let's do
Where do you want us?
I'm in range. Our shield
Now,
is out.
Valerie's throwing some shade in the stream chat.
Oh, really?
I've got it lined up.
Ready. Ready to command.
Oh, another
think-
ISD. Look at that.
I didn't catch it. Could you throw the shade ahead for me?
Fire.
You can read.
No, I didn't have the chat open, and Twitch doesn't let me.
Oh.
It doesn't let you go back in time.
That's because Corey has no fighter screen or picket line. Abhorrent battle
Oh,
tactics,
okay. She's throwing
not
some shade at
artfully
you.
done.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I was concerned she'd be throwing shade at PR, but
Oh, no.
Commander. Ready. Attack.
What do you suggest?
yeah, that wasn't the best place for their ISD to jump in. But you know,
It was for
that
me.
Liberty is having some troubles. So
Copy. Star Destroyer reporting.
Well, the shields are almost full
yeah.
again. So
yeah, the Rebel Dream shields are down, huh?
Heading out.
they've been down for a while.
Awaiting orders.
They're only getting better from here.
Copy.
Our fight, there's now more orange than blue, I think. Orange is a more bold color, so maybe it's not. I'm more concerned
both
about
quite-
this ISD that's coming around, and it's gonna start taking our ISD.
All out.
So it may even be better to send this ISD further into that, and redirect some of our stuff towards that ISD further into this. I'm playing single player Galactic Conquest, Jake. It's just I've got Evil Bob the Bob, who developed the mod, sitting in Discord with me, judging my attempts to play the game.
Yeah, and spiritually, because I wrote the AI, Corey is playing against me, spiritually speaking. But also, I've lost to the AI myself, so
Yeah, I'm better at this than he is, but he just likes to sit back and judge me, knowing that
Yeah.
he'd be doing worse in my position.
backseat gaming, it's the best. Still some more Carracks lurking in the back.
Yeah, but once these ISDs are gone, then they've got nothing
Oh
to
yeah,
defend
they're
them.
gonna have a tough time unless their bombers can sneak in while you're not looking.
Who's lost our main shield? That's a threat to you, so you can redirect over there, and you can redirect over there, and you can redirect over there, and you can redirect over there too. I wasn't clicking anything for most of those. But you all believed me.
Squadron reporting. Fire. Open fire. Roger that.
The
Attack.
units telling you that their shields are down when they've taken some damage is also, that was a change we made pretty early in 1.2 development, back when this was just 1.3 development, back when this was still 1.3, and I'm pretty happy with it because it really, otherwise it is almost impossible to tell when your ships are taking large amounts of damage without continually checking them.
Okay, now these little frigates are...
Pair of traps.
I'm in danger.
Copy. Let's go.
Yes. What do you suggest?
I copy.
Ready.
Yeah, are you regretting your choices in life now, Mr. ISD? Maybe I is
It
done.
appears to be. Ooh, it's trying to use its emergency thrusters and everything.
Well, it's not going to have a good time with that.
Weapons ready.
So this is called Phoenix Rising. It takes place between, I guess, right when the rebellion, or right when the Empire starts, down into, I think Shadowhand is as late as it goes.
That's the current latest in terms of historical campaigns. In terms of technology, it goes up to the Vong War, effectively.
Target. Confirmed. Cruiser responding.
But there's no Vong in the mod, I'd just like to point that out.
Attacking.
Just the main factions, the Rebels, Empire, and CSA have technology that goes that late.
Those are really the big
Potentially.
three when you think about Star Wars factions, too. You think Rebels, Empire, and the corporate sector.
I mean, that's how your channel's been recently, so...
Yeah, and believe me, it's suffering.
Reporting in.
Oh dear. I would say that the corporate sector is simply the most interesting in the period. Let's put it that way. The most consistently interesting through the entire period.
Because no one ever invades
Plus I
them
got-
and they never get any smaller. Except for the Hapens.
Yeah.
I think Hapens...
Ready.
I mean,
All the
Hapens
same
are up there
logic
as
there.
well.
Calamari cruiser ready.
But yeah, and plus I got to make some, commentary about capitalism when I wrote the
Yeah.
mission tree, so
Star Destroyer standing
that was
by.
fun.
What do you suggest?
When we started Ascendancy, the New Republic tech tree was just going to be like this America parody.
Heading there now.
But I got bored, so... There's still some of it that's kind of going in that direction that you can see in the tooltips, but... There's also some just generally snarky tooltips in Ascendancy. Just, I don't know if I
Yeah.
was
Awaiting orders.
in a bad mood or what when I wrote them.
Reporting in. Yes, sir.
Sadly, there are some kind of funny text in Phoenix Rising, but mostly it's pretty straightforward. There's the nudist colony on Zerm. That's pretty funny.
Awaiting your orders.
Yes, Commander.
Awaiting your command.
Okay, so all the ships are gone. Bilbringi is mine.
Where'd he come from? Awaiting orders.
No Draco Jake, it's the mod was created a long time before the Rebels TV show was even conceived of.
Reporting in.
Oh well,
Before the
before
Clone
you
Wars
were
team.
born.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Did you just have a
mod
moment
was-
of feeling very old or what?
Yeah, I don't know, maybe. The mod was started back in 2006, 2007 by
Phoenix
a
Rising.
different person,
What do you
Yeah.
suggest?
Destroyer here.
by a different guy, but
Moving to coordinates.
yeah. No, the mod is Legends only. It doesn't include any Disney canon stuff.
Copied.
Currently, I don't think it will in the future either, because trying to reconcile it is annoying, and I can't be bothered.
Standing by.
Clearly, I just need to have like a tech tree where it's like at the very start you just hit a button to choose Disney canon or Legends canon,
Right.
and the Disney canon you have 5 units, and
Destroyer reporting.
a completely different set of heroes, and half the planets get erased from the map.
Yes.
Though on the bright side, because some of the FFG stuff is counted as canon, a lot of planets are technically still canon because they're just on the FFG galaxy
Yeah.
maps.
And that happens with a lot of the ships being brought in with,
Destroyer standing by.
what's it called? The Armada, the
Armada,
other FFG
yeah.
tabletop games.
Beware of
Yeah.
traps.
And actually, I do appreciate Rebels for bringing in some of the more obscure EU ships and places, like the YT-2400 and stuff like that, which is a nice callback.
The updates to the Quasar visually, I think, make sense too.
Yeah.
What do you suggest?
I'm glad they did that. And there's going to be an Old Republic TV show starting, so we'll see how much of the like Knights of the Old Republic gets worked in there, if any.
Ready.
Yeah, because those games had a solid sense of Star Wars, I think.
Awaiting.
Like the part of the main reason that they would have done display canon is because inconsistencies later on, and also that was the area where they wanted to put in their content.
Awaiting.
But with the older stuff, it's probably a lot easier to work in things, so I wouldn't be surprised if
Standing by.
basically everything before the Rusan Reformation ends up being
Standing by.
in
Awaiting your
both.
command.
Yeah, because I mean, it doesn't even conflict with the Old Republic game, right? The MMO. So, because that was built with it in mind.
Or at least all the major media, so like KOTOR Tour, KOTOR 2, it should all be, in the comics, it should all work in together. I'm back. Did I miss a convo about Bob being in charge of TR? His usurpations don't work that way. I'd have to be out of the picture. And then...
Yeah, Corey'd have to throw in the towel.
I mean, technically, I did encourage the
Targeting at maximum firepower.
replacement of Chandler.
Somewhat.
Closing in.
I did ask Corey's advice at the time.
Roger that.
So
Basically, the previous guy who worked on it just had too much in his life to be interested in finishing up 1. He had too much in his life to be interested in finishing up 1.3.
that just makes us
and,
sound horrible. He
maybe,
had
I
stuff
don't know.
going on, so...
On calamari cruiser here.
And I'd already put enough time into Phoenix Rising that I was like, you know what? Fine, I'm going to finish this damn thing if it kills me. And I finished it, kind
And
of.
it killed you.
Destroyer here.
Sometimes it feels like it.
I am with you.
But yes, my previous mods I took over include Ultimate Empire at War.
I mean, I took over Ages of Star Wars, and when I started TR, there were 2 other co-leaders,
Beware of traps.
and then I encouraged you to take over BR,
Calamari cruiser.
and then you joined TR, so technically, as your boss, I'm in charge of PR. That's how that works, right? So it...
I mean, if
Suggest. Got him now.
to be fair,
So-
your feedback has led to sweeping design changes in some cases. Specifically, your initial complaints about not being able to see infantry, and which I feel is going to hit ICW soon, by the way.
Yeah,
And,
I was even thinking like last week that, oh, I need those now.
They're so good. And and the heroes having transports again.
Standing by.
That was always going to be a controversial thing. And
If it weren't for the whole pathfinding thing where you can't just drop them onto another ship,
Target.
it would have been fine. But
yeah,
with when you want to use pathfinders, which is all the time in EAW, because otherwise it's you can't pick your ships, you can't
yeah.
save the time it takes to go across the map. It just has to happen.
Pretty much.
So I just gotta find out how I can
Yes, Commander.
install more puppets onto other mods.
I am with you.
Mod do I want to take over
Target
next?
sighted. Readying weapons.
Rise of the Mandalorians. Go ask Farseer if he wants to join.
I already helped him on campaign commander. I'd rather go in further on that, so I'll wait for that to come back.
Oh, that's fair.
Armed and ready.
Ready. Fire.
We just got to keep starting TR mods in different areas, and then who cares?
Cruiser standing by. Commence the attack.
Reporting. We've got them on scopes.
Cruiser
So when's the next version of Ultimate Empire at War?
right away.
Yes, sir.
Reporting it.
Oh god.
When's the first version of Ultimate Empire at War? It had the...
The best part is the last version was technically 4.0.
Oh, was it? I always thought of them as
Yeah.
like mini mods leading up to the actual thing.
I mean, basically, really. It was... Oh god, that was such a mess.
That's some serious version inflation if they would release.
Yeah, if anyone wants to understand what feature creep and over-promising and over-ambition is, just look at that mod. That was...
Yeah.
That was the thing. It was, it was a nice idea that just no one had the knowledge or the skill to really pull off,
Calamari cruiser.
For the time.
I am with you.
or the time to learn said knowledge and skills.
I mean, there was one point where it was in like late 2009 where we said like, we're done with TR, we're not gonna finish the other stuff. We've been doing this for 4 years, and one of the
At your
devs
command.
from UAW came and said they'd help. And I just said like one coder isn't gonna really change the workload enough that we're gonna
Awaiting orders.
want to keep going. Oh,
Transport here. Cannons charged.
well, he got kind of offended, I guess. I'm not sure. It was a weird situation.
I would say the best thing about working on Ultimate Empire was that Mike.nl
Waiting, sir.
kind
Yeah.
of started that was his introduction to Empire War, I think, to a certain extent, to the modding side, so we got a lot of the tools first and stuff like that.
Let's go.
So that was nice, but otherwise,
Attacking.
yeah, I'll pass.
Maneuvers. Watch your six. Firing.
We can insult it because it doesn't exist anymore.
Commencing attack.
To a certain extent, yeah, and because I put enough work into it knowing that yeah.
Most of the
That's just bad.
mods
That was
when
just-
EAW started were just so ambitious. It
Cannons charged.
just
Yeah, it
how
was
much they
wild.
wanted. Legacy of War, Ages of Star Wars, Ultimate Empire at War. They all wanted to cover basically everything, and so we did the more sensible thing with TR, where we announced that, cut it way back, and then years later decided to actually do it all, which I think was the more valid use of my life.
Transport ready.
And hey, now you have one of the biggest mods on Steam Workshop with over 120,000 subscribers. Isn't that
Copy
nice?
that. Weapons armed.
Okay,
Heading
so
out.
this is one of the situations where I really wish the AI would hurry up and retreat, and I'm not sure why they don't.
Something to do with the transports, I think.
Moving to attack.
They seem
Yeah, but I
less
Armored
interested in
transport.
retreating
they
with
should be-
transports. Even though they should
Which
be
is
more.
dumb. Should be more. Yeah, I don't get it. Because technically they're freighters, and I put it so that if the AI has a certain amount of freighters, they should just want to retreat. So, oh well. Freighter massacre again. You can probably safely auto-resolve this.
No, I don't want to risk it.
Attack.
I do check Patreon often. I have seen the notifications on my phone there that
Over there.
you sent me, or you've commented on stuff there, so don't worry about that. I'll check it afterwards. Okay. These are just more of those vehicles that I wanted to kill before. So,
Attacking. That's got him. I'm in range.
We are
Destination
victorious.
hey! That was what, 30 minutes? 23 minutes, never mind. But that's 23 minutes of game tracked time, right? It's not real time, I don't think.
Yeah, I believe that's 23 minutes of frames.
Right. I don't think the Legacy era had even started when EAW was released and when Legacy of War started. That's not bad losses for all the stuff we killed. A DP-20 and an MC-80A. I'll accept
Sanitary
those
control
terms.
achieved.
Got ourselves a Bilbringi.
Building started. Heading out. Construction complete.
Confirmed.
Who's in this fleet? We got Ace. Pretty sure that's Ace. No, that's just a... He'd be dead.
Just a dude.
Yeah.
It's a dude.
It's just like a guy, you know? So let's pop in some new buddies to our fleet over here. And pop out some of the old buddies. That gives us our first Bilbringi. I'm gonna save because I want to.
Oh wow, you've really cleared out your old save games, huh?
Yep. There were so many of them. As soon as I finish an LP,
Gigabytes.
unless I have reason to expect that I'll need to give the saves to someone, like you asked for the ones from the CSA for the AI, they go bye-bye.
Which was helpful. Like it was very clear that there was that basically is what led me to deciding that the AI just does not care about secondary structures at all. So
Hmm.
I was glad I looked at that one. But when the Ariadu would just keep sending an acclimator.
But were we happy or not knowing and thinking that they were making at least slightly rational decisions?
I don't even know anymore.
Because there's nothing
all
we
I
can
know
really
is
do
this-
about it.
No, I mean the kind of band-aid solution that's there is, I think, sufficient.
The name of the mod with Yuzon Vong, there's Yuzon Vong at War, which isn't out yet. There's the Vong Invaders mod, which has a skirmish version out, and there's Thrawn's Revenge, which the version with the Vong isn't out yet.
And there's NJO, right?
Yeah, the NJO compilation mod, which is a sub mod for the old version of Thrawn's Revenge. That is correct. All right, so
Hopefully
what is
that
our
gets-
plan?
Don't die.
What were you gonna say?
I was going to say, hopefully they port it to the new version of Thrawn's Revenge, but I guess they've gone too far now.
He said that he doesn't intend to do that.
That's an
So-
interesting decision.
I think because he said he'd done enough work to implement stuff on that version that it wasn't worth it. But there are certain changes I hope that go into that as they go there.
Hopefully.
Orinda? I think Orinda, just going up the PA territory here is probably what we want to do. Do
It's
I have
even
any
blue.
research? That's accurate.
Station ready.
Okay, where's Borsk?
Construction complete.
Borsk. Bothans are basically just the elites of
Acknowledged.
Star Wars. Forgot what universe this was for a second there. Oh boy.
Elites of Star Trek.
Oh my.
That's going to be a lot of fighters.
Oh, that's a Vindicator. For some reason I thought that was the old Praetor 1 model or something.
Oh, fuck. No, Thrawn does not have that many SSDs. And they have a planetary turbo laser and some Golem 3s, so...
I'd probably lose stuff taking that planet.
Yeah, I think with Borsk you can mouse over the income and it will tell you the full list of stations.
Station ready. Go.
The income when you select the
Yeah.
planet.
Hold on.
Nope, okay, cool. So he doesn't give you that full intel. I'm glad he's not completely perfect.
I wonder if I can send Luke to take out that
Gonna go-
planetary turbo laser without dying.
Well, you can at least send some infantry with him.
Oh, I can do actual raids. That is true. I'm just used to that not being a thing. Is it 3 or 2 companies? 3 companies plus
Three.
a hero?
3 plus a hero, but if you've got a stealth unit, of course, you can send as many as you like. So I would actually recommend the Rangers over the Infiltrators, or at least one company of Rangers, if possible.
But these guys, yes. Ranger 4s.
Yeah, because the Rangers have decent rifles. The Infiltrators are more about killing infantry. Though to be fair, the Infiltrators also have detonite charges, so they're pretty good at killing buildings too.
On the way.
I could just bring him down as a reinforcement, but I'll put him here.
I'm
Because
going.
why not?
Invasion commencing.
Yes, Ranger. The infantry auto-resolve change did get implemented, so it takes a few more stacks of infantry to be thrown at the problem before you can just auto-resolve your way to victory. Because Lone Ranger, being Lone Ranger, managed to find a
Enemy base
something of an
shields up.
exploit where you could essentially auto-resolve your way to victory with just raids of infantry. So I hopefully fixed that by strongly reducing the auto-resolve power of infantry against buildings and stuff.
The thing you just saw would have been the Outriders
Be
class,
there.
No, that was the
I think.
I understand.
that was the Barlos class,
Oh.
which is actually the what's it called?
We've
There's a
secured
smuggler who has
the landing
one.
I'm on it.
zone.
You can distract him for us.
Nope, can't remember his name right now.
That
But there's a
something else
smuggler
that
who has one.
That wasn't the Barlaws. That looked like Outrider, but maybe I
Oh,
was
it might have
wrong.
been. I don't think I have the Outrider. I mean, there's the rebels only use the YT 1300, the Barlaws, and the Gallifrey for transporting infantry. But I may have made a mistake somewhere along
I
the
think
line.
I think he was referring to like in the icons of all the freighters I
I'm
had.
going.
We're right
Not
Oh
like
yeah, no, yeah,
physically
yeah. The
raiding
YT 20.
something.
Oh right, yeah. The YT 2400 is in the rebel freighter list.
Because all our raider forces were here.
On my way.
Okay, so I played on this map like
Be right there.
I'll follow
20
you.
minutes
Your
ago,
signal.
so I knew this was here.
We've
We got 'em.
secured an
Copy.
abandoned
Send
sensor
reinforcements.
array.
Where is it? It's right there. Okay.
Right.
We'll hide in the
What's
crowd.
the mission?
That's convenient.
They are not defending it. Oh, yeah.
We've lost the abandoned
I might have
sensor
used
array.
all the time. Here,
Reporting in.
you're gonna go there.
Just leave R2 next to
Ready
it.
to roll.
That probably would have been a better idea.
No,
And
R2
now-
is charging off into. He's just like, I'm out of here.
Screw you guys.
We've captured an abandoned sensor
You
array.
can-
Okay, they're
you
going over the
steal a
turbo
turret.
laser. Are they gonna patrol their way down to the turbo laser turret or to the planetary turbo laser?
If you're really unlucky. But yeah, a lot of infantry have detonite charges and stuff. So if you get them really, really, really close to a building, they'll set them off and do a lot of damage. Otherwise, you've got
Any way I can.
your
We can
vanguards that
cover
have
you.
Plex launchers that'll deal with it pretty quickly.
Transmit the order.
Yeah, it's a bit of a steep slope there. You have to get them up by the landing pad, basically. They really want to protect that turbo laser, apparently.
Right.
It's the only place they feel safe.
I copy.
We've secured a
Okay, everybody calm down. Stop firing.
They're just eager. They're very eager to deal with that turbo laser.
Okay, are we all in position? We are.
landing
There we
zone.
go.
Follow your lead. Right, sir.
Jesus, don't shoot your feet. If this was Halo, you'd be dead right now.
Heading out.
I'm with you.
Okay.
Stay
How do
close
I
to
want to
me.
do this? Okay, where are they going next?
We've lost
Going
a
down
build
that
pad.
way.
I see it. Be right there. Heading there now.
We've lost
got
a
your
build
back.
pad.
Trying to sneak your way around.
You can
I'm gonna.
count on me.
I just wanted the planetary turbo laser, but if they're heading down to the landing pad, then I'm more than happy to go and destroy the rest of their base.
I mean, they do have turbo laser towers, which are pretty dangerous. I'm wondering if R2 can actually hack a turbo laser tower. I assume he can,
I was wondering that, but I.
which would be pretty funny.
Oh, he can. R2, you
Oh,
blow your way
amazing.
back up here.
Let me
Oh
help.
right, the
I
range
understand.
is very high.
yeah,
We've
that's what I was
secured
saying.
A build pad.
Kind of dangerous. That's why you send R2 in on his own. He's like unhittable because he's so tiny.
How can I help you?
Uh-oh. ATSD.
Skywalker here. I'm on it. On it, sir.
Would have been helpful if I brought some sort of transport.
Commander Skywalker reporting.
Well, you can't. You can only raid with infantry and PR.
Okay. I no longer regret my life choices.
No. No, we made it. You can raid with infantry, but only infantry, because sneaking a single transport dude through a blockade is a lot more reasonable than sneaking an entire platoon of vehicles.
Awaiting instructions.
Okay, if I take Mr. D2... Hey, stop it.
We've
I'm
secured
gonna build a
the
back-to
build
tank
pad.
here.
Copy.
Oh, they found you. They've done their big loop around the map, and they finally found you. I think raids can actually retreat though and save everybody
We've
still. So
secured
if you get back to the landing pad, you can probably retreat.
Or I can kill all their stuff.
complete.
I mean, you could do that too, potentially.
I copy.
I assume Luke can just force crush the AT-AT as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. He just has quite a long cooldown.
Yes. As easy as bullseyeing womp rats.
Where would we be bullseyeing those warp rats?
Waiting orders.
Couldn't be back home.
I'm with you.
Jesus, Luke. It's not that serious.
We've lost a build
Stay
pad.
close to me.
It's okay. His lightsaber's good enough at destroying AT-ATs.
I am a
Anyway.
Jedi.
Doesn't he have to rope his way up there?
I'm here. I'm
Alright, let's
going.
go back to our thing up here. Back to... Let's see if we can get R2 to we... No, I don't want to fix...
We've
There.
secured a build pad.
You should repair the enemy turbo laser.
On my
Yes,
way.
Ranger. Maybe you should actually use heroes in combat. They are actually quite good.
But then they might die.
They're not that killable. I mean, like individual lightsaber-based heroes can die to infantry somewhat easily, but a lot of infantry heroes come in large squads, or they
Have lightsabers.
have lightsabers. They're basically glass cannons. Like they can destroy pretty much anything very quickly.
Right.
And
Moment
Luke
of
can even.
truth.
So the skillful thing to do here as well would be to stealth up with Luke and destroy the turbo laser from really close by. But also the turbo lasers don't shoot at droids, because why would they shoot at R2? Oh yeah, right, because it's because technically you don't have the power station. You don't have the power for it. You don't have the power generator.
Well, I can still make them destroy their own turrets.
Yes, which is hilarious. And they won't shoot. Technically, R2D2 is, and C3PO as well, will only get hit by AoE. They're not targeted by the enemy
That's...
deliberately.
Huh, so I can just keep
Yep.
doing this.
Yep. But you know, if he gets run over, he'll just die. So
Oh.
you got to kind of be careful. It takes some skill. Oh, it is very abusable, Ranger. I can't wait for you to try. I think it's one of those things where it's abusable in a fun way, and it's very Star Wars to just have C-3PO and R2 just show up in the middle of a combat. No one can hit them.
We've
And,
secured a build
yeah.
pad.
Oh god. Okay. He almost got stomped.
Yeah, and that can happen too.
Awaiting your signal.
It's like it's like one of those classic RTS commando missions that they always make you do in story modes, except, you know, in the gameplay.
How am I going to get around this?
Play the James Bond theme.
It's not counted as a turret, so I can't hack the power jam. Hey, I've been lied to.
I guess they changed their mind.
I've been hacked.
Oh no, R2!
What's the mission?
R2, no!
Your
Fine.
overconfidence is your weakness.
Well, Luke has stealth. You can just stealth him up to the
Yeah, I gotta do that.
up to the power gen.
Now that I know he can just
Over there, you
fucking
got it.
annihilate AT-ATs if he needs to.
I'll sneak by them.
We've secured.
I mean, dude has a
the
lightsaber.
build
You attack a lightsaber, attack an AT-AT's legs with a lightsaber. Eventually, it's going to fall over. I feel like that was Luke's biggest mistake in Empire Strikes Back, not just slashing the legs. You know.
Instead, doing the whole rope situation.
Copy.
Yeah. I guess he was an untrained Jedi at the
I'll
time.
be there.
He decided that looked cooler. So I'm hoping the range will be enough that he can crush this from
We've
behind.
I'm on it.
secured a build pad. We've lost a build.
Oh god,
Reporting.
they're sending everyone after
We've
these guys.
secured a build pad.
Heading out.
They're like, Luke's gone. Time to
Transmit
kill
the
him.
orders.
We've secured a build pad.
It may just be that Luke is the only one left alive at the end of this, but that's probably
Yes,
fine.
sir. Yes, sir.
We've lost
Yes,
a
Commander.
build
Well, we
pad.
need that.
I copy. Understood.
They're a good distraction,
I'm
at
going.
least.
On
Okay.
my way.
Because I think, like, the reason I want to do this is because if I do this, then I'm pretty sure we control the planet. The station goes and we just do whatever we want.
Yep, everything explodes except for the space units,
Be right
Destroyed.
there.
and you make the AI very sad. Luckily for you, your infantry are rather quicker than theirs. But there goes the scanner.
Ready.
Until I get
Right
down
away.
there.
You clear the way.
Yes.
We'll do the rest.
We've secured
Got
a
it.
build pad.
Last
We've
mistake.
lost
I think the ATSTs might have destroyed it.
Moving ahead.
No, because it switches affiliation,
For the Alliance.
so it would have gone back to neutral pretty quickly. That
Okay.
one.
Squad, advance. Heading out, sir.
I'm with you.
There
I'll
we
help
go.
any way I can. Over
We've
there, you got it.
secured a build pad.
There they
We've
are.
lost
I'll
a
get
build
them.
pad.
I'm here, sir. Fall out, troops.
As long as they keep taking the,
Run.
Oh,
See
there's
it.
still a guy
Be
left.
right there.
As long as they keep the enemy vehicles away,
Heading there now.
Luke will have time to destroy all the
I'm
structures.
on
No, it looks like it was
Oh,
destroyed.
no, they
There's
destroyed
star.
it. Those assholes. Absolute
Going after them.
assholes.
Oh, and they have AT-AT X3s, which have turbo lasers, so those infantry are quite dead.
They have AT-AT X3.
The Force is
Yes.
my ally.
And I have Luke Skywalker. So what's your
Yeah, so... Well, that's true. That's true.
Affirmative. For the rebellion. Forward. Let's go.
Okay, if you guys actually shot them, that would be more useful.
I'm here. I'll be there. Okay. I'll take care of it.
Reporting in. We'll hide in the crowd. Keep going. Ready to roll. This way.
It's a massacre.
Let me help you. May the Force be with me. I understand. Don't underestimate
We've
me.
secured.
Yeah,
a
that's
build
why
pad.
I want to do the TR thing with lightsaber heroes as well. Give them the berserk sprint, and then I want to try and work out how to do animations for it,
Constructing.
so that it doesn't look completely
As
goofy.
easy as bullseye
Yoda.
swamp rats.
Yeah, I know, but Yoda's berserk animations
Skywalker here.
are still goofy. So
It works pretty well for Yoda. I mean, it
I
works
basically
pretty well
just-
as a Yoda thing.
yeah, I think it basically just needs to be like a charge slash kind of thing. So they charge, and at the end of the charge they slash,
Hmm.
Constructing.
and do something like some of the stuff that you can do with heroes in Battlefront 2, for example.
Where do you need me?
Construction complete.
Your overconfidence is your weakness. Last mistake they'll ever make.
We've secured a
There they
landing
are.
zone.
I'll get them. I'm on them. Going after them. The Force is my ally.
Of course, as we know, grenades are the most dangerous thing to a Force user. So
On my
Construction
way.
complete.
Okay.
That's their thing.
I'll take care of
Reinforcement
it.
Give me a
point
target.
Can you kill that?
They'll never see it.
There we go.
coming.
There's no
We've
health.
lost a landing
Copy.
zone.
Be right there.
I don't think these are victory relevant anymore, but
no, turbo
So-
lasers themselves aren't victory
Got it.
relevant.
I really need
I'll
that,
help any way I can.
that sensor.
Over there. you
Unfortunately,
got it.
it's been denied
We've
me.
secured a
Oh, they
build
are
pad.
victory. They shouldn't be victory
We've lost
relevant.
a
Right?
build pad.
No, there's still units around, but they're not victory
There are
relevant.
still units, yeah. But I'm
Still the
just-
AT-AT somewhere.
Don't underestimate me.
Okay, you guys stand still while Luke comes and does what he needs to.
Oh, they are victory relevant.
Oh,
Okay.
Heading there now.
The more you know.
so I'll need to kill that.
I mean, it's easy enough.
Node has been sold.
Hopefully it'll draw them out.
What's the mission? I'll be there.
They'll return in greater numbers.
Construction complete.
I
Well,
understand.
You have no way to get the greater numbers, so your reference is useless
I
here.
am a Jedi. I'm on it. Understood.
Is that AT-AT?
We've secured a
ATST.
build pad.
I'm going.
We've lost a build pad.
Turrets on their own are not the most useful in PR, so
Yeah,
If
they're
I
really
build
more
anything-
support weapons.
yeah, I'd rather just build a
I'll help any way
back to
I
tank
can.
or
Over there, you got
a
it.
sensor
I see
node
it.
if I were
Be
to
right there.
put stuff on build pads, which I'll do here.
I did
so I
buff-
can get some.
I will say I did buff turrets. They're not. They still don't do very much damage, but they don't die instantly anymore.
That's good.
So
I'll be there.
an anti-vehicle turret can actually take out ATSTs occasionally.
Construction complete.
But yeah, they're also incredibly, incredibly cheap. They're just throwaways designed
Yeah.
to fill in a spot.
You'll find I'm full of surprises. Understood.
Nope.
I'm
Hey, there you go. You see, they're hunting you.
on my way.
That makes things a lot easier.
Your overconfidence is your weakness. Be right there.
No, you put it down.
Last mistake
My bad.
they'll ever make.
He just picks it up, puts it back down.
Sensor node has been sold.
Transmit the order.
Gotta heal him up a little before I go after the AT-AT.
Got it. I'll help any
Yeah,
way
those
I can.
turbo lasers
Over
got
there, you
again.
got it.
Splash damage is a Jedi's
Be right
greatest
there.
weakness.
Heading there now. You can count on
I
me.
thought it was like fear or some shit.
No, it's definitely splash damage.
I
Can't
forgot that
reflect an
part of the prequel
explosion.
trilogy. Oh my god.
There they are. I'll get
Spins it around. Alright,
I'll
who's
blame that on
next?
fast forward.
I'll be there. I understand. I'm on it.
Who wants to step up?
Understood. I'm going. On my way. Right there.
I'm just glad Luke has taken damage and could have died so far
Got it.
if you hadn't actually been careful with him. So, you know, there is some skill involved here.
We've secured a build
Well.
pad.
I copy.
Well, I meant like obviously because it's me.
Yeah, the most skillful.
Construction complete.
I mean, I say skill. It's like
Sensor node
Yes.
constructing. Construction complete.
pretty low level stuff here, but it's still the kind of basic strategy game stuff that I like to encourage.
Here they come.
Oh yeah, new shock trooper model as well. So as you kill them mercilessly.
I'll help any way I can. Over there. You got it.
Sensor node has been sold.
I'm with you.
See, he's getting shot to
I see
pieces.
it. Be right there.
Oh, you.
Heading there
There.
now. You
We've
can count on me.
secured.
I understand. I'm on it.
I'm
I
busy
love that
here.
behavior of the-
Understood.
I love that behavior of the AI that they just.
Always target the
We've
building turrets.
secured a build
Yeah,
pad.
when you look at the code for it, I'm amazed that it happens so quickly because the AI is usually so slow to respond to that kind of thing. But that is the one thing they will instantly target
Over there.
is
Yeah.
The force
is a
my
turret
ally.
under construction. I like how the stealth has confused them.
I see it. Be right there.
We killed a few of them. Run back for some health. Go for the
away.
next.
Dear.
They're falling back.
I'll take care
That's
of it.
what I thought. Oh yeah, stand right there. That's good.
What's the Bob Psy count it so
Thanks,
far?
Vinny.
I haven't sighed that much.
Not at all. I've been using masterful tactics.
Planetary control
Yeah.
achieved.
Right, whose planet is this now?
On my
Oh, it's
way.
mine.
I don't think Luke is that strong. I think because he's definitely killable. If there was enough infantry there and the AI had actually focused him down, it looks like the Empire's like, nah, screw this planet, we're out of
Yeah.
here.
Well, guess what's
But
happening
if-
to
if-
the next planet?
If there was enough stuff there, Luke would have died, I think. He does have stealth, but
Let's move
oh yeah,
out.
Vader's pretty good.
Choose
Vader
your
has way more HP.
reinforcements.
He's just really, really slow.
Inbound. Acknowledged.
Move out.
Moving to that location.
Okay, I think you're going to need anti-fighter ships.
Coordinates received.
Reinforcements cancelled.
Coordinates received. Moving.
I had those 4 Lancers in that other fleet, which I keep thinking that I brought over, but I haven't.
And the DP-20 is excellent anti-fighter.
Moving out.
DP-20, eh?
Reinforcements cancelled.
Can I just get this stupid thing killed? Will that make it go away? It's not real.
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I feel like I'm hallucinating.
Yeah, that's how Ranger was describing it.
Frigate standing.
Star destroyer standing by.
Just this random friendly neighborhood. There it is, it's exploded. So if you're lucky, you will never see it again.
He's never come back.
Frigate responding.
Star destroyer reporting in. Yes, Commander.
Yeah, the best part is heroes used to be way more OP. They used to have like 5 times the HP they do currently.
Ready to commence.
Ready for duty.
I remember my first playthrough. I was basically playing Jedi Knight.
Oh yeah. No, you were just hero raiding with Kyle. It was amazing. And then I've just nerfed Kyle into the ground.
Awaiting your command.
Then I used a bunch of
Basically
dreadnoughts
directly.
my last time playing, and
Yeah, they've been nerfed too. Yeah. I was like, well, if Corey can win with it, it's obviously OP.
That target.
this would have been a lot harder with the planetary turbo laser, the other ships, and the station and the golems.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Reporting in.
I figured we just had the big Bilbringi battle.
We're moving out.
You can live with
Roger that. Attacking target. I copy. Quantum reporting.
an FPS for a while, or
Fire at will.
Yeah, I think.
oh
Phoenix
HPS.
Rising- Plus, in terms of gameplay, I think Phoenix Rising does tend to do somewhat better with mid to large battles instead of giant battles. And a lot of the smaller skirmishes can be pretty fun as well.
Yes, Commander.
Because fighters are quite survivable, you can do a bit of controlling.
Acknowledged. Open fire.
Destroyer report. Weapons on.
Or
I've
3PO
just
had
got
to worry about
destroyed.
R2 the whole time.
Ready.
Yeah. It's okay, he'll be rebuilt.
Alright, Leia.
Star
We have the
destroyer
technology.
standing by.
Get our ISDs, powered weapons out there. Powered engines. The one I didn't say of the 3.
Keep going.
Who has caused more nerfs, Corey or Lone Ranger? That's a difficult question.
I mean,
Probably
proportionally
wanna say
for amount of time played, it would.
It
Yes,
would
Commander.
definitely be Corey, yeah.
Me.
Definitely be Corey, but
What's the
But-
nerfs per hour?
Enemy target.
That's the metric we're going for here.
We shall be there shortly.
But in general, definitely Ranger has he's managed to find the exploits to a certain extent, which I'm happy for.
Waiting your command.
Sometimes the exploits are exploits I'm happy to support because they represent actual skill or how the ships were used in canon or whatever.
Engaging the enemy.
Beware of traps.
Awaiting orders.
Get on out of there.
Frigate
I
report.
don't know why I put in the interdictor.
What do you suggest?
Because it has
In case they want to
lasers.
try and escape.
Frigate here.
It does have lots of lasers as well. It has like 20 quad lasers, so it's basically a Lancer.
Got them on scopes.
No, that's still Evil Jedi's Lancer model. Sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Evil Jedi's, yeah.
It's not the one I was talking about today for that I ported into Ascendancy from Bond Revenge.
Roger that. Right away.
And the Lancer is actually from a guy called Axingus.
Commencing.
Oh. Never heard of it.
Form up.
No, me neither, but I think it was probably for the X-Wing Alliance upgrade project. That's where a lot of our smaller scale stuff came from.
So it's also able to be found in mods like Alliance.
Moving out.
Probably.
There now.
If there's one mod that
wanna
I
s-
think of that I can compare PR to, it's Alliance.
Acknowledged.
Yeah, I want to say we use the assets better though.
Or better. A person or a trash can.
They've actually done a pretty decent job of nearly taking out your ISD there. I'm impressed.
I copy.
Don't worry, we're still flying half a ship.
Yes, sir. Heading out.
So you got to get into the Clone Wars memes, eh?
Beware of traps.
That's where the fun begins.
Reporting. Here.
And by fun, I mean ad revenue.
Destroyer report.
That's true.
What would win? Hours of well-produced content or one cloney boy? But the droid attack on the Wookiees, am I right? It's your boy.
No,
Clone Wars
honestly,
content
what-
creator here.
all this just makes me want to leave the current clone troopers in PR as stormtrooper models, just to spite everyone. Like, there's enough Clone Wars content in Phoenix Rising as it is. Thankfully, there is none in this battle currently, as far as I'm aware. It's all just
ISDs
TIE
are...
fighters. Oh, I
kinda-
guess if you stretch it. Stretch the definition of Clone Wars.
C-3PO.
Oh,
Carricks
yeah,
were in here.
Carricks. Oh, God. That's technically Timothy Zahn's fault for being like, oh yes, Thrawn just had to use everything cheap from the Clone Wars. Before we knew what the Clone Wars was, or what it really meant.
He just went to the outlet stores that
Roger that.
sell the ships that the larger retailers can't get rid of.
Transport here.
That's where you get your big KDY purchases at Bondor shipyard prices.
Going.
Oh my God.
Cannons charged.
Roger that.
Yeah.
Frequency open.
And then you can stop off at the Biscuit Baron
Form up. This way.
for a healthy snack
Armored transport ready.
of
There's been so many
blue milk.
references to Edge of Despair here.
Over
and
there.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure what the overlap in audience is going to be there.
Frigate responding.
The overlap should be 100%. Literally everybody watching this stream should go and watch Edge of Despair, where Corey Slevered,
Copy.
Kalo, and
Halo.
Inertial get shot to pieces
Engage.
by
Tabletop
pirates.
fashion.
En route.
Can you see them from where you are?
By pirates or parrots? 'Cause
Destination acknowledged.
Pirates.
Reporting. Let's do some damage.
I heard something else. Alright, with the conclusion of the Battle of Orinda,
Yes, sir. Attack.
we may conclude the stream for the night.
Yes, Commander.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
Attack that target.
Got some good progress out there. 2 hours, so we'll have about an hour-long episode going up tomorrow. And on Tuesday, if you were watching this part of the stream, then I'm sure you've already seen that, so you won't need to watch that. Give you a day off, 2 days off of EAW content.
Ready. We're going
So
in.
kind, so generous.
The enemy
Yes,
has
Commander.
been defeated.
Okay, this is where I would definitely auto. There we go.
Once the enemy has been defeated, audio queue happens, you'd auto-resolve? That's... Alright, so, yeah, I guess next time we will go for the rest of this PA territory, or at least up to Yaga Minor. After that, we'll probably go into this section and look for Thrawn, because he is in there somewhere. But we're well on the way to achieving our New Republic goals of taking those planets that I will check now, which is not on that button, it's on this button. And down here.
Oh, cool. There's an enemy fleet incoming up at Fash. What a great timing.
Oh, no. So yeah, we need a Honegger, Ordrassi, Wayland, Jägerminer still. Jägerminer's right there. But yeah, so thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for joining me, Bob.
Yeah, no problem. It was fun.
And we'll be back next Thursday with more Rising Phoenixes.
Ah!
Oh, God.